Welcome back to my channel. Before we dive into today's unbelievable story, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next big upload. What you're about to hear is a dramatic, fictional scenario crafted purely for entertainment, and it all begins with one unexpected morning at the White House. The air over Washington was calm, ordinary, almost too quiet for what was coming. It started with a single motorcade cutting through the city streets. No one realized who was inside. No reporters had been tipped off. No advisors had prepared a statement. The entire scene felt like something hidden, something urgent, something that wasn't supposed to be seen. Inside the West Wing, Donald Trump was in the middle of a routine briefing. Staff members were shuffling papers, sharing updates, and trying to keep everything on schedule. But the moment a Secret Service agent rushed through the door with a look that froze the entire room, everyone sensed that the day had just taken a wild turn. The agent whispered something into Trump's ear. His eyebrows lifted immediately. Not in confusion, but in shock. He leaned back slowly as if he needed a second to process what he had just heard. And then, with a sharp exhale, he stood up. He repeated the name out loud, almost as if he needed to confirm it himself: the Saudi Crown Prince. According to the agent, his arrival was unannounced. No diplomatic schedule. No press. No formal greeting. Nothing. But what followed made the shock even bigger. The agent added that another vehicle was pulling in right behind the motorcade. Inside that second vehicle was Cristiano Ronaldo. Yes, the global football icon. No entourage, no cameras, no official reason for being there. Trump stared at the agent for a few seconds before heading straight toward the Oval Office windows. Outside, he could see the black SUVs curving up the driveway, engines humming in synchronized precision. The vehicles stopped, and the doors flew open. The Crown Prince stepped out first, focused, intense, walking like a man who had come with a purpose too urgent to delay. And then, stepping out of the second SUV, Cristiano Ronaldo, calm, but visibly tense, scanning the surroundings like someone trying to remain unseen. By this point, White House staff were exchanging wide-eyed glances. No one had expected anything like this. The moment the two men walked inside, everything felt surreal, as though the building had been pulled into a storyline that defied logic. Trump moved forward, his expression shifting between curiosity and disbelief. Ronaldo followed with a faint smile that didn't quite mask the tension behind it. They requested a private meeting immediately. No press. No interruptions. No questions. Trump motioned them into the Oval Office, and once the door closed, the entire staff outside leaned closer, desperate to understand what could possibly bring two of the world's most recognizable figures to the White House in total secrecy. Whispers rippled through the hallway as aides exchanged uneasy glances, each one sensing that whatever was unfolding inside that room was far from routine. The atmosphere grew heavier by the minute. Even seasoned officials, accustomed to high-level meetings and unexpected visitors, felt an unusual tension creeping in. Something about the timing, the expressions, and the absolute insistence on privacy hinted at stakes far beyond politics or public appearances. Some wondered whether a major global revelation was underway. Others suspected an impending scandal that had to be contained before the world caught wind of it. Whatever the truth, everyone knew one thing: when figures of that magnitude met behind closed doors, the consequences were rarely simple, and never small. The conversation inside began vaguely, almost cautiously, with the Crown Prince explaining that they had come because of an urgent matter, one that required a place where no one would expect them to hide, regroup, and discuss their next steps. Ronaldo sat quietly at first, listening, occasionally glancing at his phone as though waiting for an update that never arrived. The air in the room felt unusually heavy, as if everyone present understood the gravity of what was about to be revealed but hesitated to voice it aloud. After a long pause, the Crown Prince leaned forward, lowering his voice even further. He admitted that events had shifted rapidly in the past 48 hours, leaving them unsure who they could trust within their own circle. Ronaldo's expression changed subtly, his calm demeanor giving way to concern. Whatever news the prince carried, it was clearly serious enough to pull them into secrecy, far from watchful eyes, and into a conversation that could alter everything. Trump, still processing everything, asked what exactly they were hiding from. The Crown Prince exchanged a look with Ronaldo, and the room fell into a heavy silence. Whatever the reason, it was serious enough to bring them across continents without warning, risking political shockwaves. Outside the Oval Office, more agents were gathering. More whispers. More speculation. Every minute that passed seemed to thicken the air with suspense. Staff members leaned over desks, trying to look busy but clearly waiting for any scrap of information. But beneath the surface, everyone knew something wasn't right. Senior advisors exchanged silent glances, the kind that suggested they understood far more than they were willing to say aloud. Even the usually composed press team appeared unsettled, hovering near their phones as if awaiting a call that could shift the entire day's agenda. Down the hallway, a low murmur rolled through the building as rumors intensified. Some claimed this was connected to a confidential briefing, others insisted it involved an unexpected visitor whose arrival had been deliberately concealed. Whatever the truth was, the tension was unmistakable. The White House, normally buzzing with controlled activity, had slipped into a strange, uneasy quiet one that promised something significant was about to break. Finally, after what felt like an hour, the doors opened. Trump walked out first. The Crown Prince and Ronaldo followed behind, walking with purpose again but now with a hint of relief. Something had been decided, something confidential, something only the three of them would ever fully understand. Reporters began arriving at the gates, alerted by the sudden spike in activity. Cameras flashed, microphones extended, but the visitors had already slipped into a secured exit. The official word from the White House? Nothing. No comments. No confirmations. Just silence. Trump returned to the Oval Office with a look that said everything and nothing at the same time. Staff members waited for him to speak. He didn't. He simply sat down, folded his hands, and stared at the door where two unexpected visitors had completely rewritten his day. Whether the world would ever learn the full story of why the Saudi Crown Prince and Cristiano Ronaldo arrived in total secrecy, why they needed to hide, or what decisions were made in that private conversation, remained a mystery. But one thing was certain. It was a moment that would be whispered about for years, analyzed endlessly, and remembered as one of the strangest fictional days to ever unfold inside the White House. Thanks for watching this dramatic fictional scenario. If you enjoyed the story, hit that like button, subscribe for more cinematic content, and drop a comment with what twist you think happened behind those closed doors. Until the next upload, stay curious and stay tuned.